So what's up everybody, it's me, True Star Screamer, and we're here with another double review of the Lingjihun, Leonardo, and Raphael figures. These guys, when I saw them at Wonderfest, were pretty much I need to own. And when they showed up on 5K Toys, I put the order in. These are made by Lingjihun is also Metzi, which was Memory Toys, which I have a lot of stuff from, and I have really enjoyed their product. So when I knew that they were doing not just turtles, licensed turtles, I was completely overjoyed. I like my turtles, as you guys know. We have the whole samurai turtle thing. Feel free to look up my review for, you know, spring, autumn, winter, yeah, summer. Anyway, yeah, you know who I'm talking about. I got turtle reviews. I passed on the Joy Toys. I really want them, but I didn't want to go down that rabbit hole. Then these guys came out. We're going to do a little different on the double review. Pretty much we'll look at, they're basically the same buck. So I'll probably be looking at Leonardo, and then we'll just go over Raphael's accessories. And if I see anything of note, we'll be talking about that. But we're pretty much going to look at one buck, and then we'll compare it with the other. Boxes, like we actually get, first of all, really nice cover art. I'm going to point that out. And it's the figure, which is I absolutely love. Really showcasing what you have. The boxes have these QR codes on them. Leonardo, Raphael, there is no, you know, Leon, Ralphie, whatever. Since this is licensed, we get the real deal. We get some pictures of the back, again, of the figures and the accessories. And they pick really good poses, too, which really showcases the figure. One thing that looks kind of cool, it looks like we get trench coats for both of them, and just highlights the details. I am really excited about getting these guys open. So, enough about the boxes. Let's take a look at these toys and see if it's absolutely worth the hype. So we're going to start things off a little different here. We're going to talk about the accessories first because, my god, there's a lot. Essentially, when it comes to the main package, they share the same things with two notable exceptions. Both are going to come with the soft goods set, which is a trench coat and pants. I don't think it's wired, so it's just basic cloth goods. I probably will never dress them up in the trench coat, but it's pretty cool that both of them have it. Also, the main layout here is going to be the same. You get the turtle in both of them. You get 3 headbands. Leonardo here has two extra heads in the default head. He has the hat. He has the shuriken with the throwing effect, radio, pouch, some clip-on accessory. We have the turtle communicator, the grappler, the kunai, the hat, pizza, 2 slices of pizza for Leonardo. Raphael has all the same things, except he comes with also an additional head with his bandana on, with the bandana covering the entire head. So I think, so as far as this part goes, they're identical. For your second tray of accessories, Leonardo comes with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 pairs of additional hands. Raphael comes with 9 pairs of additional hands. They both have your gripping hands, weapons hands, peace sign hands, pointing hands, hang loose hands, gripping hands. Raphael also, though, has clawed hands and hands to hold his the size between his fingers, which is pretty cool. After that, you've got their weapons. Size for Raphael, katanas for Leonardo. Leonardo has 2 ways of holding them, storing them. You've got the cross of sheaths. Then there's also a clip here, so you could have them as parallel sheaths on his back. Raphael also, again, has his size. He comes with a mouser head. Both have weapons effects. And Raphael also has an additional slice of pizza to spear on the side, which is a great throwback to the opening of the cartoon. there's some absolute love in here, which I absolutely adore. So those are your main differences. So I'm going to pretty much use Leonardo, I think, for talking about the figures themselves. Got him in the superhero landing pose to start things off with. I have never had a turtle that can pull this pose off. So I chose this because this is literally showcasing every point of articulation that he has here. And it's pretty damn impressive. Toe joints, which hit both sides, you know, up and down. We've got an ab crunch. Not much of one, but we have one. And a torso swivel. If you notice here, the shell is on the back. So this allows us, frankly, a lot of freedom of movement. Got a turtle butt there too, if you're into that kind of thing. No butterfly joints for the shoulders. Okay, there we go. There's my articulation criticism. It's trash. I'm kidding. But no butterfly joints for the shoulders. Double jointed elbows, but the shoulder pad, I will say the elbow pad does hinder that. Is that double jointed? No, it's single jointed. I apologize. Single jointed elbows, but double jointed knees. But yes, the knee pads do kind of hinder that a little. Keep that in mind. No boot swivel. That's single piece right here. We do have ankle pivot. Neck gives double ball peg on here, so he can look up pretty good and look down really well. And honestly, this is the most ninja-like Ninja Turtle I own. I mean, I'm comparing this to the Rage toys. I'm going to compare this to the NECA, especially the NECA, which great display pieces, do not get me wrong. But this itself is also, frankly, a gorgeous display piece. I mean, let's talk about the paint. It's immaculate, all right? You've got your base coat here, you got some dry brushing on here, you've got a gorgeous wash going on it. Really, really brings out the details. I love how it looks on the wraps. I love the cracks in the turtle shell on his chest. And then just, you know, for the muscle texture, you know, he looks like an amphibian. He does, it's great. He's got that semi, kind of, not quite slimy look to it. Oh, we do have a thigh swivel as well. Very nice. And our arm swivel, you know, bicep swivel. This has more articulation than a Bucky Cap Buck, with the exception of boot swivel, to be honest. And that's a great thing. This is, like I said, I've got a turtle here that can pose. And pose fairly decently. I did hit him with a hairdryer. That's just because I was paranoid. But he honestly hits a lot of these poses. He moved pretty well without the hairdryer. Let's put it that way. And I'm sure I'll blame part of this on the styrofoam. But there's a good walking, you know, good action stance right there. This is all natural. But you know what I would really want to try for a pose? Boom! Dad is home! We got the kick. We got the door kick pose. I'm happy. So now let's put on some of the accessories and really kind of dress him up. Because if you notice, this is just how he comes out of the package. I don't have the headband or anything on here. I'm not going to lie, this bugs me. It looks like I got to break this tab off before I put it in his head. And stuff like that just drives me nuts. Because, you know, I like to keep my figures as close to pristine as I can. And so I basically have to twist that off like he's on a sprue before putting that in there. So now all of a sudden, yep, this figure is no longer pure. I also want to point out the other two bandanas. As you can see, this is the one flowing in the back. This one also flows, but just going down his shell, so it's more stationary. And finally, this is the one that goes around his head to drape over his shoulder. Very cool, but like I said, I really wish they'd already broken those off for me. It gives me anxiety, I will not lie. For Leonardo's alternative heads, we actually have a nice Zen-like meditative one. And then we have a much more let's dance friends kind of head. I really do dig this one, actually. We may switch that one out. I do like how you have a choice of scabbards for Leonardo. I personally like the cross approach as opposed to the parallel scabbards. I just think it looks just a little more cooler for me. What's interesting is to put this on. You got his bandolier here attached to his shell. There's actually a little plastic plug here. And so you pull out the plug. And you can see, so you got that there. And so this you'll then fit through the plug here and then into the hole in his shell. So that'll basically replace that. So, neat approach, but that's one more thing you can lose. Just keep that in mind. And you only get one pair of katanas, which you can pick between each of the two scabbard choices. And there's your money shot. There he is, geared up. Put one of the katana effects in there to give the sweeping look to it. Got a nice action stance for it. And this looks absolutely awesome. And I love the fact saying, this is Leonardo. This is licensed. This is official. This is a turtle. And this is probably one of the reasons why Playmates is now out of the picture. I would never see anything like this from them. And I love it. I think the closest we had to them was from those Secret of the Ooze turtles that came out ages ago. And man, they haven't given us anything better since. And this absolutely rocks it. Needless to say, like I said, Raphael will be very similar with his own accessories. I know I said double review, but it's going to be the same turtle buck, just with different cosmetics to it. It's just mostly determining what head you want to put with it and what kind of weapon accessories you want to set them up with. Let's do a little bit of some figure size comparisons, and I want to see how this guy compares to the NECA, specifically, the NECA movie one. Here we have him with Condor from Action Force, and this is definitely going the oversized route. If you want a true 1/12 scale turtle, the Samurai Force ones are probably the best ones, to be honest. Because you can see, this guy's closer to a Bayverse scale turtle with the more old school style aesthetic. So keep that in mind. So if you want your turtles on the tinier side, that's how they look compared to your basic 1/12 figure. If you want to go with some ultra realism, you know, these comparisons, people ask for this hand over foot. You know what I'm saying? Hilarious. But again, they look pretty good together. One thing I am noticing as I'm staring more at this though, I kind of wish the head sculpt was a little more scaled up like the arms and legs are. Looks a little too clean in my opinion. Just I'm noticing that now. Going with a larger scale, here he is with a Mythic Legion, my custom Fallen Templar. Very proud of that guy myself, by the way. But they work fairly well with it. Okay, I had to put it with for more anthropomorphicness, I had to bring out one of my Abyss Force Sharks. That looks awesome. That makes me very happy. There he is with our Samurai Fury Spring. And yeah, there's definitely a size difference there. They do look very good though. He looks like that could be his kid, to be honest. My first memory toys, and probably this figure is the reason for the relaunch of this channel. The Mr. G figure. That looks, by Memory Toys. That looks awesome. And finally, for our final comparison, the NECA movie Leonardo figure. Which, in my opinion, has been one of the best turtle figures I owned. Period. I actually like it better than the Samurai Force. I passing on the Mezco movie ones because I still like this better. Still wish I had the Mezco Turtles. That's a whole different story. But honestly, if you want to going head to head here, this is the standard. I remember when NECA brought these turtles out, it blew my mind. I mean, it still blows my mind on how nice these guys look. They're not perfect, but they're awesome. And I look at this, he has everything I wish that he had, if that makes sense. You know, that torso articulation is absolutely kills it in all the right ways. The coloring is beautiful. Coloring on both of them are great. But one thing I do have to say, I like how the NECA's is much more uniform on its coloring. So, and that's, you can see that's why I did my cross scabbards. That's more of the movie style. So, alright, let's break out Raphael and put these guys together and get some final thoughts here. Raphael, by default, cosmetically comes with the bandana head. I love how it's torn up. He does not have a hole in the back of his shell for a back weapons mount, which not a big deal for him. His belt does have 2 holsters for his size. And of course he has the R. The shell coloring is slightly different as well, which I think is awesome. Definitely helps bring up some of the, gives him some more personality, a little more definition for him. Makes him a little more dark and brooding. I think the cut on the shell's a little different too, now I think about it. Oh, you know what? So he doesn't have that bandolier. I'm able to see that cut in there. So that's a little different on there. Just gotta figure out which head I want to display him with. Raphael's alternative heads. Raphael's alternative heads are a more stoic face. This one is very Mirage Turtle-esque rage face. And then just a screaming, let me get 'em all head. I'm torn between these. And of course, his default head's going to have the bandana on it, just to have him stick out just a little differently. I think I'm going to switch to one of these, though. Long short of it all, I like them a lot. I feel I'm getting my money's worth out of them. I've got high-end turtle figures here. Are they flawless? No. These toe joints, they get loose pretty quick. I had a little bit of quality control issue with one of Raphael's hands, where I had to actually switch out. The ball joint was put in backwards. That was kind of fun to fight with. I was able to fix that, though. Got a little bit of gappage in the shoulders, and I bet they probably could have put butterfly joints in these. Especially if they did like the ball socket versions, like how McFarlane did. I think that would have worked really well. Or how Veteran Williams' shoulders were done from Fury Toys. That's the negatives. But the the good stuff, I mean, they look damn good. Okay, yes, the joints could be a little cleaner. I'm sure if I took some time and put a little more force onto that, I'd probably cover up that ball joint a little better. It's the best looking turtle on the market right now, period. Unless you're a scale issue, you got the scale issues, you got the samurai ones, but these are licensed. I mean, this reminds me of the 2003 series in a way, coupled with the Bayverse scale. Again, just bringing in Condor here. They look like the Brute Squad. These do not look like the turtles you want chasing you down after you rob somebody's purse type of thing. They look like they'll hurt you. I'm very curious what else they'll do in this line, if they do more in the line. I obviously have Donatello and Michelangelo on order, and I love saying I've got Donatello and Michelangelo on order. This is a great example of getting these third-party companies making licensed product. Just imagine what Ramen Toys would do if they honestly got the license, not having to do the stupid names. I've got Leonardo, I've got Michelangelo. Not spring, summer, autumn, wind, but all that kind of BS. And I wish, hopefully this will be a sign of times to come for the adult collectors that we're going to get our childhood put like this. So I got mine from 5K Toys. I honestly don't know if they still have any available. If they do, I recommend scooping them up. I really do. These have they have shelf presence. They've got very good articulation. I know this is probably bugging some people. I'll fix that wrist, I promise. And I love the pizza slice on the side. Dear man, it's just, they're great. Oh, and there are some buck differences between these. Not just the colors. It looks like Raphael has got longer legs. Now they have them next to each other. So these are not just the bucks being used over and over again. I'm absolutely seeing some differences here. So I am mistaken from the beginning part of my vid, and I'm eating those words. And that's awesome, to be honest. I'm getting, again, that personality. I cannot wait for Michelangelo and Donatello. This is going to look absolutely awesome in my display case. I fully recommend these guys. But let me know your thoughts down below. I've been the one rambling here. That's what the comment section's for. Aside from the part of me, fixing that ball joint, what do you guys think? Let me know your thoughts. If you're new here, please hit that subscribe button. If you like this video, hit that like button. If you don't like this video, well, hit the like button anyway and leave a comment down below of what you didn't care for. More importantly, keep an eye on this channel. More cool things are on the way. This might be the last review of the year, so please have yourself a safe and happy new year. Have an amazing 2026, and I'll see you then, because we got that top 10 coming up. And until next time, take care. Peace.